My scouts tell me that you sail from Oriokoiki. Do the Wahaki pay the crown obeisance in whatever eccentric form suits them? You have united the Huana with our missing limb. Prayer and the wisdom of Kohopa will help steer my next course. I will send for you in time. Speak freely, Herald of Bereth. Fine beasts, are they not? Gifts from the Wapua, a tribe of proud animal trainers. I named them Kohopa and Tangaloa, which makes the priests very unhappy. Aruihi thinks I should feed my enemies to them alive and screaming. Ikira, I have given it thought. We are the stewards of the Deadfire. Our ancestors made this pact with the goddess Nagati long before Ukaizo, before the island vanished. How long does coral grow? It is said the tribes assembled when Kohopa took his first mouthful of Amira's hatchling, and we will be here until the sea rises above our heads. The one which taught us to shape water. It is said that Nagati bound her 4 guardians to protect the islands, the Adra, the seas, and the tribes. In return, she gifted them the forms of water shaping. For so long as our promise is kept, the goddess gives us dominion over water. Did I do your mother justice, Tekehu?
Akera. Somewhere in the abyss, she blinks her enormous eyes with approval, I say.
Speak on. A friend of the crown should be well informed, I say. Neketaka is older than our memory. We found the great city in ruins, and the Kahanga have spent generations replacing every cracked stone. The Huana, of course. The mark of our ancestors runs deep. Walls and districts are not how we would build a city today, but this place has echoes of the past. And our future, I say, if we can but reach to grasp it. The Valians were very forthright in their desire to carve out a permanent outpost, I say. When cannon shot echoed across the seas, the Crown opened negotiations with Rawatai's armada, a healthier alternative to war. My brother thinks I am too lenient with our visitors. I say, I will accept even this uneasy balance. First, a question of my own. This city is not how the tribes would live. Walls stand between neighbors, and the beach is too far to walk comfortably. There are angles of the city I cannot see from my garden. What place has Neketaka in the great pattern of the Deadfire? My ancestors were inclined to agree. Akira, my thanks for your perspective. I say you give me much to consider. Because we are the shrub in the shadow of an old growth. Even the gods may protest, but this city blooms from the wealth of foreigners. Aruihi would have me force them back to their ships. I say it is better to feed my allies under a single roof. Ah, Akira, but listen how the Watcher flatters me. I cannot plant a seed in untilled soil. Akira, I want for there to be trust between us. The trading companies send spies to every corner of the mountain. I say there are places they cannot go. But you did not climb all the way up the mountain to pay compliments, I say.
Yes, Captain. You have my attention. Naturally.
A tepu, drawer of maps. I have nothing to sell unless you are needing something else. What I discovered remains to be seen. The Sanctuary Isles were thought to be lost beneath the waves. If I stumbled upon one, I can think of worse finds to credit my name. Our ancestors marked off specific islands across Deadfire as rallying points in case a great misfortune split up the tribes. Even they could not have guessed how important the Isles would become. Some thousands of years ago, volcanoes, storms, and quakes shook the archipelago. Any one of those do happen, but never with such ferocity or all at once. The Huana survived by taking shelter on the Sanctuary Isles to save our society, and not just any one tribe. Since those days, we have not found any of the old Sanctuary Isles. Ngati took some beneath the waves, taking whole tribes with her. Others were lost to time and forgetfulness. I am told that the Wahaki are protective toward the Isles, but that is their business. I was surveying the waters around an atoll when a storm dragged my ship off course. The waters were unknown to me. When a green fleck appeared in my spyglass, I unfurled my sail. The shore twisted around itself, confusing even this old navigator until I found myself at the center. I did not make it far up the beach before I spotted signs of habitation. Marking my coordinates and orienting myself by the evening sky, I made for Neketaka to tell the crown of my findings. Understand, the Deadfire was broken. The lives lost could not be counted, and more has been forgotten than may ever be remembered. Imagine how much history we lost in a single year, much less the millennia that followed. Whatever our people hoped for themselves, we may never know if we got it right or wrong. Death. I did not mean to frighten you. These islands have known great tragedy, and millennia have passed in cheerless silence. Should you land on a Sanctuary Isle, do not expect to find welcome. If we must. There is not a Huana in all of the Deadfire who does not take to the open water hoping to catch a glimpse of the lost Ukaizo. If I could walk the beaches of our ancestors, take a fleeting glimpse of what they left behind, mine would be a life well lived. The same thing we all hope for, answers to the long silence that precedes our history. Who we were could tell us who we are, but if I am being selfish, maps, charts. Our ancestors were keen explorers, and a roll of their parchment could teach us more than what we have gathered in the last century. I will not deny curiosity. Go.
What do you need?
I'd be glad to.
Huh. I can't see you, you sneaky bastard.
Absolutely.
You're quite friendly, aren't you?
You are known to us, outsider. But your presence disturbs me all the same. This is no place for gods. No place for mortals, either. You step on the grounds of Motare Okozi. I can tell from your expression that you have no idea what this means to our tribe. Akira, you know your history better than I guessed. You have the favor of the Wahaki, which is why I tell you this in words and not in bloodshed. Do not set foot in the jungles of Motare Okozi. It would be a breach of our traditions, and a trip through Rakuhu's bowels for the likes of you. I thought my message to the Huana Prince was clear. He needs reminding that to trespass on the jungle ruin is a death sentence. We plan for the day when we will recover our past where we left it. On the shores of Lost Ukaizo. While foreigners take our lands out from under us, that future grows more distant. The ruins in the deeper jungle, they are too precious to risk in an outsider's hands. We do not venture into the deeper jungle, but we know it for what it is. A place where nature has gone mad. It is not for me to explain the tales of our people, but I warn you to keep your distance. Motare Okozi has claimed more lives than you would guess. Your curiosity will only be getting you into trouble. You will find only bones and ruin, blighted with decay, and worse. The deeper jungle is fouled. Nature is wrong here, and your very presence makes her drool with hunger. Explorers from Nekataka landed here. You must know by now they did not return. It is no wonder the prince sent a second group to find the first. He cares more about riches and plunder than the lives of his servants. Akira, the island is closed to outsiders. All who set foot here are doomed to perish. The prince sent explorers into the maw of this island. Their drained corpses and bloodied clothes were all they left behind. If Aruihi intends on repeating his mistakes, I am thinking he will not stand for long against the foreigners. To the depths with him, then. A prince of Nekataka should put the wishes of his people over his ambition. Ruasare does not share my reservations about you, and I have several of those. If you earned her confidence, I would be a poor excuse of a warrior to stand in your way. But I would be an even poorer host if I stood aside and allowed the beasts of the jungle to suck your marrow. You see how I am torn in half. May you live to see cleaner shores than these, outsider.